Hey guys, welcome to the final video of the video series on Topographical Survey of India. Here we explain settlement pattern, drainage pattern, man-made and natural features, occupation and land use, and identification of prominent villages. So basically all the things we have left with Topographical Survey. Now if you like it, please hit the thumbs up button, the subscribe button, and don't forget to share it with your friends. So without further ado, let's start. Hey guys, let's start with settlement patterns now. First, you need to understand what are settlements. Now, settlements are simple towns or cities, you can say. So, basically, you have to find the pattern of how a settlement is. So, we start with a nucleated settlement first. Now, what is a nucleated settlement? These are settlements which are clustered together in a group. Now, settlements which can be found close to a railway station, a confluence, a mine, an industrial site, something like that. Settlements over there are basically clustered and are called nucleated. Now this is how a nucleated settlements look like. Now I'll show you an example in a topographical map. Now you can see Panthavada over here and Kuchavada over here. Both of them are nucleated settlements. Now how did we identify that? Now closely examine over here. You see the red boxes are quite big and are clustered together. Similarly over here the red boxes are quite big and clustered at one place. So basically these two are nucleated settlements. Almost all the settlements in your topographical map will be nucleated. Not all, but almost all. So let's move on to the next pattern. Now second we have a linear settlement. Now what are these settlements? These are the settlements which usually develop on either side of a main road. So these settlements basically provide services to the people who motor or walk on these roads. So it's simple to understand. You have a road and you have few blocks or settlements alongside them. So I'll show you an example on a topographical map now. I think you can identify what I'm trying to show here. So this is settlement Methipura. Now you can see this is a main road, a cart track, and settlements are alongside, houses are alongside the road. So this is basically a linear settlement. So this is how you will identify a linear settlement. Now thirdly we have a scattered settlement. Now in these permanent huts and hutments are isolated or scattered. These develop in large area of sparse population. So you understand what scattered means. You can see these huts or houses. They are not located nearby. They are far apart. So this is how you will identify a scattered settlement. I'll show you an example on a topographical map now. Now I guess you can identify scattered settlements. Fatehpura, Sakora. You can see the huts or houses or whatever they are. They are not closely packed. They are located far away. So basically these two are scattered settlements. So now I guess you can identify scattered settlements. These were your pattern of settlements. I guess they are easy. You can identify them now. Okay, now we move on to drainage patterns. Now drainage patterns are also very important. Now one of them will definitely come in your exam, I guess. Now we have three drainage patterns: dendritic, terralized, and radial. First of all, dendritic. Now these resemble the veins of a leaf or a tree branch. So they are easy to identify. You can see that on the page. Well, let's show you an example on a topographical map also. Now you can see around here there are many branches and it looks like the veins of a leaf. So this is basically a dendritic drainage pattern over here. And also this you can call a dendritic drainage pattern. So basically this is how you will identify a dendritic pattern. Now let's move on to the next one. Now you can see terralized drainage pattern. Now this is simply parallel streams joining in a main river at right angles. Now you can simply understand that. Let's also show you an example on a topographical map. Now if you concentrate on this grid box, you see this is a main stream, I guess, and these streams are joining it at 90-degree angle. So basically the drainage pattern in this grid box is terralized drainage pattern. I'll also show you another example. Now here in this grid box we also have an example. This is the main stream. We have 90-degree angle streams joining in like this. So basically this is also a terralized drainage pattern. Now this is easy to understand. So I hope you understand. Now let's move on to the next one. Now third we have radial drainage pattern. This is the easiest to find out. We have simple contour lines, a hill or a ridge, something like that, and water flowing from up towards the down. So basically this is easy to find. Let's show you an example on a topographical map now. Now as you can identify here easily, we have contour lines and streams flowing downwards. So this is basically a radial drainage pattern. Now these were your 3 drainage patterns. They are easy to identify. Hope you understand it. Now we move on to the identification of natural and man-made features on a topographical map. Now a topographical map shows various details of an area which include both man-made and natural features. Now this is very simple to understand. Now features like rivers, streams, sand features, trees, broken grounds, hills, waterfalls and all such things are natural features. And things like permanent huts, causeways, roads, artificial tanks with embankments, kilns are all basically man-made features. Now this is a map which you are seeing. I'll show you some examples over here. Now let's first start with man-made features. Now I guess you can see permanent huts over here in red color. These are man-made features. This cart track is a man-made feature. You can see a lime kiln over here. This is a mine. This is a man-made feature. So basically things like these are man-made features. Now let's move on to natural features now. You can see streams over here. Okay, you can see broken ground over here. You can see a simple tank with no embankment over here. This is a natural feature. You can see this river, I guess. This is a natural feature. Now basically all such things are natural features. Okay, now we move on to land use and occupation. Now first of all, let's cover land use. Now in a topographical map, you see basically 3 color tints, yellow, green and white. Well, occupation is simply related to that. Now if you have yellow tint, the land is basically used for agriculture. So agriculture is the basic occupation. If the land is green, the basic occupation is timbering, wood cutting, lumberjacking. That's easy. And third, when you have white patches, that means barren land, the basic occupation is mining. For example, here we have barren land and you can see lime kiln, I guess. So mining is done at that place. So basically this is the occupation. And yes, you have a typical map in your topographical survey, a map of Mount Abu. When that is provided, occupation over there is simply tourism. Okay, and the basic things that I just told you. So this is the basic land use and occupation. Now we move on to means of irrigation. Now irrigation is basically dependent on the relief and land use pattern of a particular area. For example, hilly regions and the barren lands, I mean the white patches, crops cannot be cultivated in that area. So basically irrigation is not required. Now in yellow patches, the cultivable land, there are many things that can be used for irrigation. First we have permanent blue color marks, that is perennial wells. Then we have canals, ponds, artificial lakes with embankments and rivers. And we also have presence of dry streams and dry ponds. So basically these are the things which are used for irrigation. Now this totally depends on the map which you are provided with. The basic things you see on the map will give you simply your answer that what is the means of irrigation which is particularly used in that area. Now we move on to the identification of prominent settlements. Now as you can see in the video, we have Chitrasani. Now in this settlement or village, you can most probably see a post office PO, a police station PS, metal road connected and also railway line. So basically this is a prominent village and this is how you will identify a prominent village. Now the map which you are provided with, in that maps few settlements may have police station, PS or post offices and which are well connected to all the other settlements of the particular map. So that basic settlement or village will be your prominent settlement or village. This is a common sense thing and I think you should understand it. And we have the last thing, I guess, existence of communication links. Now basically communication is done through roads in the maps which you are provided. So basically it's simple that a metal road or a cart track, whichever connects settlements in the map you are provided, that is the basic link of communication in that particular map. For example, the settlement which you are seeing in the video has a metal road, has cart tracks and has railway line. So these 3 are basically the links of communication. Now this is a very typical settlement in the maps which you will be provided. Now basically cart tracks are the links of communication you will get in your maps. So guys, here we finally come to an end of the video series on topographical survey. We hope you liked it and your concept regarding topography is clear. Now special thanks to one of our subscribers who urged us to make these videos. So we further hope that you will interact with us and help us cater your needs. Until then, this is Rishi and Sameer on behalf of EduCeption signing off.